Recording in progress. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. We're just waiting for other guys to join in, and then we'll heat it up. Okay. So let's just wait a few minutes, and then maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll continue on. Please make sure that your mic is muted. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I hope you guys are good. uh, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to welcome you guys to today's session. I see you, Bandile. I see you, Innocent. I see you, Babalo. I hope you guys can hear me, and I hope you can see my screen. If that is the case, please type hi so that we can get started. Okay, I see you, Babalo. Okay. Okay, I believe everyone can hear me and I believe everyone can see my screen very well. So what I'm gonna do right now, this is what I'm gonna do real quick. Let me just do this real quick. Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right, fine. Let me just do this. Let me just lock the meeting. The meeting is locked. No one else can log in. There we go. All right. Okay, so I've logged the meeting, guys. So no one else can log in. So it means it's the four of us, okay? So now, what I'm gonna do basically on this session right now, because it's a Sunday and the markets are gonna open in a few hours, what we're gonna do is a weekly market breakdown. We're gonna do a weekly market breakdown. That's what we're gonna do. So I'll be showing you the watch list or the pairs that I have on watch for this week, right? So I'm going to start with GBP USD. I have GBP USD on watch list for this week. So what's happening with GBP USD? If I go to the daily structure of GBP USD, what I can see with GBP USD is that it is coming from this impulse, all right? And then from this impulse now, we have this correction that is forming. And then after the correction, what do we expect? The impulse. So on GBP USD, I'm just waiting for this move to complete to the upside, and I'll be taking this move to the downside on the 1 hour time frame. So this is what I have on the 1 hour time frame. That structure, it looks like this on the daily. And then on the 1 hour time frame, it's like this. Okay. So I'll be waiting for this move here to come here, and then I'll then be looking for my sell positions. So if you want to take these buy positions from here, you can do so. If you want to take these buy positions from here, you can do so, right? Because we have this structure here. We have 1, 2, 3. And then if I can just filter this one to on the 15 minutes time frame. So in the 15 minutes time frame, this is what I have. Right, so you can see I have 1, 2, and then already here where I have this double bottom, and we have this move here starting. So already this signifies that we'll be looking for this move to the upside. Okay, this is just a bullish continuation flag. This is a bull flag. This is a continuation, so it's going to go to the upside, and then we'll be waiting to catch it to the upside, and then this is where the impulse will be. So here it's going to be choppy, guys. It's going to be choppy. When it's going up, it's going to be choppy because of the nature of the market, right? The nature, we're in the corrective phase. So it is going to be choppy. So here we're expecting something like this. If I can just take this out from here. Yes. So there is also a possibility of, let me just put that there, of the double top. So we'll also be monitoring this double top. What will happen when price gets to this double top, and how did price get there, right? So let's keep GBP USD on watch for next week. And then also we have GJ, which is GBP JPY. I sent this one out last week, and already it's still, ouch. And already on this one, it has been playing out up until now. But from now, what you do, since already this setup, you had it from last week, what you're gonna do now, You're just going to update your setup. It's simple, guys. It's simple. That's why it's very important to have a setup, you know, and you just leave it as it is. It's simple. Now I'm just going to update my setup. So now when I see my new and updated setup now, I can see that this move here, it might come and give me this third touch before it goes down, or it might break to the upside. There is that possibility that it might break to the upside. So let's not forget, this is the impulse, this is the correction, and this correction is happening inside a big ascending channel, right? It's happening inside an ascending channel, of which in an ascending channel, we expect the price to go down. But then inside here, we have this bull flag that is happening. So what is going to happen now? How do we know which direction this market is going to go? We have to observe the market. So how do we observe, or where are we going to be observing this market? We're going to be observing it inside here, right? We want to see, let me just zoom in there. There we go. What we want to see is we want to see how price is going to get to this area or to this zone. So we want price to continue going like this. We want price to continue going like this, right? If price continue going like this, then it will still be giving us that, even though it is a bull flag on the outside, but it is the last part that matters, right? It is the last part that matters. So if price is giving us a bull flag and it goes up like this, here on the third touch, this will be like a triple top formation. So this on the third touch, that is then we're going to take this sell position, right? But if it comes here very impulsively, if price comes here very impulsively, that is then that you'll be waiting to see what will happen. Will it impulse out, correct, give you a continuation correction or a reversal correction, right? So that's what we'll be waiting for. So me personally, I'll be waiting for a move like this on GBP JPY, right? I'll be waiting for a move like this next week. So as you can see, this move, guys, that's why you don't always have to be in the markets. What is going to happen is that you can see, let me just go to the 1 hour. Okay. So this is the 1 hour time frame. So what I can see, guys, is that for this to happen, you know, it can take almost, it can happen tomorrow, actually. It can happen tomorrow, later on tomorrow. It can happen later on tomorrow if the market doesn't do that thing of opening with gaps, you know. But this is what I can see. It gives us this, and then it continues to the downside. And then this one, odd USD. Odd USD also, I'm still biased to the downside. I'm still biased to the downside on odd USD. I've sent this since last week. So it's not giving us the proper moves, but we're managing to eat these small impulses. It's not giving us the proper move that we're waiting for, but we're managing to kill this, because we killed this one, we killed this one, and then we also killed this one, right? So we're just waiting, because this one, it is like, hey, I don't need the thing. It doesn't want to go down, but it's trying to be complex, because that's what they do, guys. Remember, the market makers, that's what they do. They try to complicate things, you know. They try to complicate things so that you look like the market is not going accordingly. So for us, what we're going to do, we're just going to update the structure like that. I'm just going to update this structure. So this is what I have there on this structure. Then I'll remove this. Because my bias is still to the downside. So I'm going to remove this. And then I'm going to find a structure if we have one inside. We have an impulse correction. This is what is forming there. This is the one that is forming. So this is the one that we're looking to sell this market out of. So this is the structure that we're looking to sell this market out of. We get that third touch. At this third touch, it will be 1, 2, 3 on the inside, 1, 2, 3 on the outside. So that gives this third touch even more power to say that it is going to sell to the downside. So when it comes here, you need to observe how the market is going to be for this coming week. So this is what we're going to be waiting for. We're going to be waiting for this push to the upside, and then we'll be waiting to take the market all the way to the downside. Guys, look at this. I want to show you something. Look at this. This is what we're waiting for basically, right? So this is the move that we're waiting for. And if the market presents itself, we'll be inside this move. This will be your first take profit, okay? This will be your first take profit area, somewhere around here. And then of course, if the market breaks out, remember guys, the market 90% rule only applies if the market breaks out of your structure. If the market doesn't break out of your structure, your first take profit will be exactly on the outside of the structure. So that is why here, this will be my take profit somewhere here, which is on the outside of the structure, okay? If it breaks outside here, if it breaks here, this is then now the 90% rule applies to say the market now is gonna go all the way to the downside, okay? I hope that one was clear. So guys, this is a market analysis for the coming week. So please make sure you take notes, and also you go and take a look at this press yourself, okay? Don't just take it as it is. I'm not a market maker myself, so don't just take it as it is. Go and do your own research and do your own work, do your own analysis, send it through so that we can correct you. Ne? All right. So this is Euro USD basically. So Euro USD, we caught it all the way from on the upside last week. We caught it all the way to the upside. So we now want to capitalize on the move. We want to capitalize on the move. We want the move. We want the whole move. We want the whole thing. Leave nothing. We're going to take everything. So what is going to happen with Euro USD here? What we can see is that it's going to give us a correction here, and then an impulse, and then a correction all the way to the downside. So there's still a very long way to go on Euro USD. So just be patient with it. We'll see how the market opens, and we'll see how it develops throughout. Because usually on Monday, it's mostly consolidations and not these big moves, you know. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that is when the big moves happen. So on Euro USD, I'm still biased to the downside. I'm just waiting for a correction like so, and then a move to the downside. So if it starts giving me something like this, Euro USD, if it starts giving me something like this, Euro USD, I'll know that when it comes on this third touch, it's going to continue buying. It will not sell. But if it comes here, just like how I'm predicting corrective impulse correction, I know it's going to go to the downside, right? So trading is all about waiting, guys. It's all about waiting. It's a waiting game. So the same thing applies on Euro GBP. So Euro GBP also, we caught it on the upside and we are still waiting. So what is happening here actually with Euro GBP, it has already started to present itself. Euro GBP has already started presenting itself where the impulse, and then this is just a correction. So already you can see, guys, how simple this is. So it means that here you're just going to wait for that correction to complete, or you can enter at the break of the correction. You can wait for the correction to complete, or you can enter at the break of the correction. So this is the low of this correction for now. So this is the top. So from here, I'm sure on the 15 minutes, if I go to 15 minutes, I'm going to find something like a rising channel. If I go to the 15 minutes, I'm going to find something like a rising channel. Let me just try to go to the 15 minutes and see if I'm right. Okay. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let me remove this. See, that's what I'm talking about. That here we are just waiting for this move to complete. So if I can just do this. Because here it's clear we have this ascending, descending, I mean, and then from there we have a move which will come here to the upside. And then that is when then now we'll get that continuation. So this is a continuation of the previous move. So this one can happen tomorrow or on Tuesday. So just keep an eye, guys. You will just keep an eye. And when you get something like this, guys, you don't just go there and jump in. If there's one thing that I always say, don't just go there and jump into the markets. Okay. Don't just go there and jump into the markets. You need to get that confirmation. You need to get that signal to say, now it's time to jump in. Now it's time to go. So I'm also going to do a quick look on NASDAQ for the NASDAQ traders, for those who trade NASDAQ. So basically what I've been looking at on NASDAQ here is that on the daily, we had this big ascending channel of which we broke out of this big ascending channel. And then from there, after breaking out of this ascending channel, we broke out impulsively. We broke the lows to say that we are going to be reversing to the downside. We're going to be going to the downside. The moment the market does this, the moment it breaks these lows, it says we're going to go to the downside. So now the next area, when it breaks these lows, the next area lows is this one, of which was targeted. And then when the market went back up, it comes back up to the previous highs. So these were the previous highs. And how did the market get there? That is the question that I ask myself. How did the market get there? The market get there in a very corrective way. Okay. So the market got there in a very corrective way, like so. You can see how the market got there. Then from there, we had an impulse out. And then now what we're having a correction to take this move to the downside. Okay. So be waiting to take this move to the downside. And then from here on this zone, this is where then now, this is what we might get. So this is the kind of movement that we might get, okay? Because here on the upside, we managed to break the tops, and then this is the kind of movement that we might get all the way to the top. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here I have New Zealand JPY now, which is also on watch. So New Zealand JPY, we have this beautiful ascending structure. And then from there, we have there at the top, we have like a head and shoulder formation. And then now what happened with this one is that we impulse out and then we started correcting. So I'm expecting to get that 1, 2, third touch there. Let me remove this. And put this. So I'm expecting to get either that third touch here, that touch here, and a move to the downside, or it can break from here all the way to the downside. So those are two things that I'll be waiting for. So the moment, if it breaks down here, I'm going to be in the market. I'm going to enter. Okay. The moment it breaks down here, I'm going to enter. The moment it comes up here and give me that it's going to reverse, I am going to enter again. All right. So the bias is to the downside here, also on NJ, which is New Zealand JPY. Excuse me. On OddCAD, what we have, also someone sent it to me last week. So this is what I have on OddCAD. On OddCAD, we have two scenarios. We have the sell, we have the buy. So on OddCAD, we're going to wait for this sell, or you can enter this sell, because this sell is it's very straightforward. So you can enter this sell from here. You can enter this sell from here to the downside. You'll get about 20 risk to reward ratio. And then from here, we'll be waiting for, the big buys. Okay, from here, we'll be waiting for the big buys. Then the last one that I'm looking at the last one that I'm looking at. Yeah, Donald. So the last one that I'm looking at here, we have GBP New Zealand. So what I have here on GBP New Zealand, guys, let me just start with the weekly. Okay, so here on GBP New Zealand, what I can see is that we had this, we are on a downtrend, right? We are on a downtrend. That's one thing that is happening on GBP New Zealand. We are on a downtrend, right? We are on a downtrend. So what is happening here is that we have this impulse, and then this is what? This is the correction. After that correction, what do you expect? Another impulse. It is as simple as that, right? So this is on the weekly time frame. So what I'm just going to do now, I'm just going to adjust. I'm just going to adjust this nicely for everyone so that everyone can see. Okay. So now this is what I have. Let me just remove this, because I have someone who's really willing to buy this. So okay. Now what we have here on GBP New Zealand, right? Let me just put this here. So what we have here, we have the impulse, then we have the correction. And then from there, what do we have again now? Because on the third is this one, it's this one. So this is what we have. So overall, guys, I want you to look at GBP New Zealand like this. Overall, what we have again, I can even see it. Once you see this, you can't see it, guys. Like I can literally just see this forming right in front of my eyes. We have a very nice head and shoulder formation right there. So on this head and shoulder formation, what's happening is that this is the left shoulder, right? So this is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder, this is the head. And then already it tells you, or it signifies to you, that what kind of movements you're going to be looking for. So if I go to the daily time frame now, so I'm just gonna do this. So remember, on the higher time frame, this is a breakout, right? This is a breakout, and then it broke out correctively, and this is just the shoulder. This is just the shoulder. Remember, this is just the shoulder. So if this is just the shoulder, we expect that whenever the market breaks its neckline, it will go the same amount as the head to the neckline. So we expect that this move here, so if this is the neckline, this move is going to break all the way to the downside here. So now what we're going to do on GBP New Zealand, as you can see on the daily, we have the 1, the 2, the third touch, which gave us this move to this big impulse to the downside. Né? So now after getting this big impulse to the downside, this impulse also broke these lows to say that we are going to be going down. So going to the 4-hour time frame, so the 4-hour time frame already is telling us that we are going down. We have the impulse, we have the correction. Impulse, correction, impulse. Let me just start drawing these ones from here. So since we're at the bottom of the structure here, what can basically happen? This does not necessarily mean that this will be a reversal. So what can basically happen here? What can basically happen here at the end of the structure? This is one move that will catch people on the wrong side of the market. What can happen here is that we can get a move giving us a double bottom here. Either we can get a double bottom here, and then it moves to the upside, and then continues to the downside, right? So in that way, it will be completing. Remember, we are coming from a big impulse, right? We're coming from a big impulse. So if we're coming from a big impulse, you must also expect what? A big correction. You must expect a big correction. So this correction can be as big as this on the forward time frame before it commits to the downside, right? So if you want to catch these buy moves, these are good scalping moves, but I'll personally be waiting for a move to the downside, because I've been here. I entered here before. I chowed some of this move here, so I'll still be waiting for a move to the downside on this pair. So guys, that's about it on my watch list. So if you guys have anything else on your watch list, please just let us know so that we can look at it. Because today basically we're not going to be doing educational work today. Today this is what we're doing. Just looking at the watch list, and then I'll send you the pairs later on. I'll send you the pairs later on or tomorrow morning. Guys, it's only 4 of us. Remember, I logged the meeting now. So the moment I send the link at 10 o'clock and then 10 minutes pass, I logged the meeting. Innocent Lubabalo, any questions? All right. Okay. It's fine then. Okay. It's fine. We'll discuss furthermore tomorrow on how the market is going. If we have a pop-up Zoom meeting, don't be surprised, because sometimes you can have a pop-up Zoom meeting just looking at how fast the market is developing, especially on Monday. So if we have a pop-up Zoom meeting on the market development, I'll let you know. But our next educational class is going to be on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. Our next educational class is tomorrow on Monday, same time, 9 p.m. Yeah. So for this one is analysis, and then everything will be shared on the group. Okay. All right, guys. Let's call it a night, guys. Let's rest. Hey, we don't rest. We don't rest. We don't rest. We don't rest. We are always out there grinding. So just for today, Q2, we're gonna enter it with a bang. So have a good night's sleep. Have a good rest, guys. You must make sure that you rest, and then tomorrow is another day. Cheers.